when we look at the Amida, we can see that Chazal, Rabbi Shimon Bakuli, when he put the middle brachos together, that he is also working with the idea that we started off with from Rabbi Abba, that is based upon the nevuos of Yahzekal, that is related to the desolation of the land that we see in the Tochacha and Parshas Bechukosai. V'ashimosi ani es haaretz, and I will make the land desolate. V'shamamu alaha oivechem, and your enemies will be desolate upon it. Hayoshvim ba, that try to dwell upon it. All the time of the exile, Eretz Israel did not give her produce properly. The curse of desolation was constantly fulfilled here. But we also have the nevuah from Yahzekal. ואתם הראי Israel, and you, the mountains of Israel, ענפכם תתנו, your limbs should raise up. ופריכם תשאו לעמי Israel, and they should hold fruit for my people Israel. כי קרבו לבוא, because soon they will come. When Eretz Israel begins to give its produce, we learned that is the sign that the Jewish people is going to return. And as I said, the Gemara in Megi explains, questions why each bracha comes next in the order of the Amidah. And so the Gemara asks, lomar קיבוץ גליות לאחר ברכת השנים. What did they see? What did Rabbi Shimon see that he put קיבוץ גליות, the return of the exiles, after the bracha of bרכת השנים, that that the land should produce good fruit, good produce. Dechsiv, the Gemara continues, because the pasuk says, "Vatem haray Israel," and you, the mountains of Israel, Anpechem titnu, ופריכם תשאו לעמי ישראל כי קרבו לבוא. Your limbs should raise up fruit for my people because soon they will come. The Gemara is wondering, tikab shofar gadol l'chereseinu, right, is said immediately after the Birkas Hashanim. What the Gemara always wants to know, what is the connection between one bracha and the next one? It's not merely random. And the answer that the Gemara gives is the same pasuk that Rabbi Abba gave in terms of determine how we will know the Siman HaKetz. And Rashi explains, Alma kibbutz galios be'es bרכת השנים hi, that kibbutz galios will occur when the bracha of the Amidah of Birkas Hashanim is again fulfilled. There is an intrinsic connection between these two. Kibbutz galios is one of the first steps toward redemption, and this will appear at the time of Birkas Hashanim. The Marsha also closes the circle, and he says, "Bepericachelik," and Pericachelik it says, that is the Gemara that we saw in Sanhedrin. Mefursh de'ein lecha ketz migula mizeh, that there is no greater sign of the coming redemption than this. שנאמר ואתם ישראל, ואתם הראי ישראל ענפכם תתנו. And you, the mountains Israel, your limbs should raise up. So he brought us back to where we started from. And this great sign of the redemption, right, is a change, in fact, in the land of Israel. And already in a letter written by Rav Kook in Agrots. This is, I believe this letter was written during the First World War, so it was written from London. Kenet chalta de geula, vadei holachas mufia lefanenu. It is, yes, the beginning of the redemption that is going and appearing before us. Amnam, Lo mehayom hitchala hofa'azu. It is not from today that this began to occur. Rak me'az hichilu haketz mugule lihigalos. It is from the time that the end was beginning to be revealed. Me'ez asher haray Yisrael hechilu lasos anpechem lasos pri la'am Yisrael asher kervu לבוא. From the time that the fruit trees in Israel began to give fruit for Israel because they were soon going to come. Hitchila hatchalta zu. This is when this began. This is written Tavrei Shein Ches, I see, and this toward the end of the First World War. That Atchalta de Geula began tens of years before, 30, 40 years before. And when Jews began to return to Eretz Israel, right, and began to build it up again, not just in the cities that were always had residents, and then it began to give, Eretz Israel began to give fruit in its proper measure, in the beautiful way that only Eretz Israel can. And this is the greatest sign of the Ketz Migula, the revelation that the end is soon to come. And with this, we finish the second parak of Kima Kima.